Hi, it's the 16th of March, 2021, and we are hanging out, but also we're doing stuff. I didn't change this title card because I was fucking around with other stuff. Joining me on this, man, somebody give me an adjective.
Demonic.
There we go.
Joining me on this demonic stream. No, sorry, Daryl, you missed your window. You need when somebody gives me when I say somebody give me an adjective, you need to just do it right away. Otherwise, it's just like
This is not going to be the spongy stream, unfortunately.
Yeah, the spongy stream. Joining me on this demonic.
No moisture in this stream.
God damn.
Joining me on this demonic stream is Eve.
That's me.
Esty.
I'm your mom now.
And Daryl.
Han and Greedo shot at the same time.
Oh, I'm keeping that opinion. That's a good opinion. I like it.
It's a real good one.
I'm putting it in my little bucket of just like opinions to have.
Way to piss off every single Star Wars fan.
Listen, if you're gonna choose a hill to die on, choose a hill where 6.9 recurring billion people will disagree with you.
An opinion that no one would support.
Yeah, that's equality. If nobody agrees with your opinion, there's no discrimination there. Today we are doing some like tabletop world building planning kind of thing. We're going to talk about some themes and ideas that we're interested in doing in various tabletop role-playing games, and then over the next few months I'm going to run a couple of things and then maybe some more things, and you'd see how it goes. And then we're going to play the first season of Avery Alder's The Quiet Year to warm everyone up to these games. I guess mostly warm Daryl up to these kinds of games. Although SD,
I didn't bring my dice.
You don't need any dice, don't worry. Do you have dice?
No.
I have dice.
That makes sense.
Actually,
I have
yeah,
a lot of dice.
this is a question I gotta ask you. Well, I know how much tabletop Eve's done because we've done a bunch together, and obviously we all played Monster of the Week together.
You technically don't know how much.
Okay, yeah, you probably secretly a gross tabletop nerd. You own more books than me secretly. You're going to tell me all about the mechanics of Paranoia or some really archaic
No, but
game.
I could get into all those like super important mechanics from our work.
Oh yeah. You guys run your like light work RPG. I'm honestly really curious about it.
Don't be.
Why not?
It's like it's okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
really?
I don't just because
Are we
I'm
talking about the one that our boss ran?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's okay.
Overflowing
Eve
enthusiasm.
broke the game and he got really salty that he let her.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
She ended up as a bling witch.
Here's the thing: is like I don't like something doesn't have to be better than okay for me to be interested in it or for it to be worth my interest. You know,
That's fair. It was just a very simplistic like. When you want to do an activity, he would just make you roll, but he didn't put like advantages or disadvantages or anything. So like, he got really salty whenever Jesse wanted to do a backflip. So he'd like make him roll and get a low number and like hurt himself.
Which I assume was like every time Jesse had the opportunity to do something.
So we were playing technically ourselves, and he would never give Jesse a buff to the fact that he could do backflips, even though Jesse's whole thing is doing backflips.
Yes.
He was just salty.
That's like borderline Seinfeldian. Right
I think
there.
he was just mad that like he managed to peddle some money, go to a casino, and like win $1 billion.
That was funny.
That was so funny.
So yeah, Eve, is there other secret stuff that I don't know about?
Maybe.
Also hi Battery Sims.
There might be things you don't know about.
Daryl,
I'm glad I'm
I did
entertaining
not
Daryl.
I did not sit here and put the whole context in front of the sentence about is there any secret stuff about tabletop role-playing games that you haven't told me, because it was strongly implied by the entire previous discussion. Alright?
Oh boy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did they change the subscription?
Sure looks like that. Wait, are you logged? Oh yeah, you are logged in.
I'm
What the
logged
fuck?
in, and it's like I wanted to go
Why- yeah,
subscription to
why-
open the thing, and
Yeah,
it's just like,
why is it all recommendations?
yeah,
What the
here's
fuck?
recommendations to like other YouTubers.
Wait, I'm gonna check mine.
But
Okay.
yeah, me
What
and
the
Eve, in fact, well, all of us played Monster of the Week for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And me and Eve have played D&D before, and we played The Quiet Year before, and Eve sat in on a game of Stew Pot that I was running like a few weeks ago, which I'm assuming you want to play. You seem like you want to play it.
Yes, it looked really interesting. I like the
Yeah,
idea of it.
That one sounds tasty.
What specifically about it sounds tasty, Daryl? Please tell me about Stew Pot.
It sounds like it might involve stew. I like stew.
The fact you like stew is neither here nor there when it comes to Stew Pot, the tabletop role-playing game.
That's unfortunate. There's no actual stew involved in stew pot.
He didn't say that.
I didn't say that. Anyway, I'm waiting for you to tell me more facts about this game, aside from the fact that stew may or may not be involved.
Oh, that's the whole reason why I think it might be tasty. I heard the word stew and I'm like, oh, stew could potentially taste good.
Oh, so I thought you had something to contribute because you vocalized,
What?
but actually you didn't.
Why would you ever think that? What possibly gives you the basis to assume that about me on this show?
Because earlier you said Han and Greedo shot at the same time, and it was funny.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was a slam dunk for this stream. I can't argue with that.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna go in our clips. It's gonna be a most watched clip.
Yeah, people clip that to the VOD right away.
So Stew
I don't
Pot,
really know what those words mean, but they sound like
Stew Pot Tales from the Fantasy Tavern is a set of micro games about RPG adventurers retiring to open a tavern.
Okay.
So you start out building a very classic adventuring party of like, oh, here's our fighter and our cleric and our thief, and they all have skills for their class. And then in scenes you use those skills and they turn from like adventuring skills into like town skills, where you can have like a farming skill or an alchemy skill or whatever. And there's a bunch of different mini games that you can do of like taking part in a town festival or like gathering ingredients to cook a meal.
I see.
It's fun.
Interesting.
It looked interesting, or I should say it sounded, because I didn't actually see anything.
Yeah, there's not really like visuals. The game we're going to play today, The Quiet Year, has drawing as a big component of it, and everyone loves it a lot. I think partially because of the drawing. But a lot of the other games don't. The skeletons, we use drawing in that as well.
That's pretty fucking spooky, not gonna lie.
Oh, the skeletons is very spooky. The skeletons you role play as Dark Souls enemies.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I just saw the nifty out for Daryl's blood tonight.
Yeah.
I'd want to be one of those big lizard boys from Sen's Fortress. Those are really cool.
What you gotta know, Buttery Sims, is I have shifted from, just chilling mode, just hanging out, to I am now facilitating games, and if I'm facilitating, I don't have to put up with people's crap. So if I have to go
you should probably be around later.
In layman's terms, Nifty woke up and chose violence.
No, Daryl, you're going to participate and you're going to enjoy it.
We may all regret this decision. Let's do it.
Anyway, we were talking about people's what tabletop role playing games people have played before, and now I want to know if Esty has. I assume you played D&D before, right, Esty?
I got to play D&D for 3 sessions before our DM dipped. That's it.
It was Dan.
hang on, were you playing? Was that the same
No,
game that we
no,
were in? Okay.
no. It was a different one. That was a different one Dan dipped on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was the only thing I had to play.
And Daryl? Dare I ask?
Yeah, I've played like I don't know 3 hours of D&D like 8 years ago. Outside of our experience with Monster of the Week.
Ah, you and everyone else. Yeah, I think I said, what was it on the pitches, not the pitches, the micro talks thing. I played basically every edition of D&D except for 2nd edition.
Oh wait, that reminds me. So your whole talk, you never even mentioned Thaco. What do you think about Thaco?
That's not what we're talking about today.
What do I think about Thaco?
Yeah, but that doesn't answer my question. Yeah, what do you think about Thaco?
I mean, it's an attempt to simplify a mechanic that didn't really work.
Do you find it to be wacko?
No, I do not find Thaco to be wacko.
That's what I need to know.
Thaco made sense in that if you try and hit something in D&D 5th ed, it has an armor class, right? Of like whatever, a number between 1 and 25, and you roll a dice and add a bonus, and you're like, you need to get higher than this thing's armor class in order to hit it, right?
Yeah.
When they talk about Thaco, they're like, well, we use this big range of numbers all the way up to 25, but actually all that matters is, are you 1 or more bigger than this other number? So it's all renormalized around 2 hit armor class 0.
0, yes.
But like in play, it was confusing as fuck. So it just didn't really
it's super fucking confusing.
work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a classic example of a games designer designing something to be simpler, but it not actually functioning in a simpler way, and that's what I think of Thaco.
Yeah.
I have another question, which is, should I make like a whiteboard for us talking about tabletop setting stuff we're interested in? I guess I will make a whiteboard for it.
God. Ooh, okay. That's a big commitment.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna have to open a whole tab
Huge
and
commitment.
Google.
Audience members, what kind of D&D-esque game have you played? Feel free to comment below.
Yeah. Let us know. I'm just gonna make
I
it.
know at least one of them's played Pathfinder.
Oh, has Liddy played Pathfinder?
Yeah. She plays it with her brother.
I'd like to try Pathfinder sometime. Supposedly it's like
Yeah, that's you, Buttery Sims.
Pathfinder. So there's a thing in tabletop role playing games called the old school revival, which is just like everything was better in old D&D. And Pathfinder, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Pathfinder's good because it's more like old D&D.
Oh god, not Fate Extra. Shit.
Oh, and D&D.
And D&D.
Wow.
Which one do you prefer, Miss Lid? Pathfinder or D&D?
Don't worry, Nifty won't tear your
Yeah,
throat out if you say
I really don't care for either of them that much, so you gotta like just get this out of the way, as I'm a huge fucking tabletop game hipster. I play weird games. I play games like Visigoths versus Morgoths and Blades in the Dark and Monster of the Week before fucking the McElroy brothers made it really popular. Actually, technically, I didn't play it before it was on the Adventure Zone. I learned about it from the Adventure Zone. But yeah, I'm into small stuff. I don't really care about the fact that like The Witcher is getting a tabletop game, and fucking Wendy's released a D&D module.
Right, I forgot about that.
Wendy's released a D&D module?
Yep, Wendy's released a D&D module.
Okay. I
Okay.
see. Okay.
As like modules, like written modules go, it's pretty cool. It's pretty well put together. It's pretty fun. It's definitely got the like the Wendy's Twitter vibe.
Oh,
right?
Sassy Wendy.
Like it's got the vibe that their sassy Twitter account projects. Okay, I have made.
Oh, she says D&D because Pathfinder math.
Okay. Yeah, Pathfinder I know is more like Exalted, the White Wolf system, which I kind of like, but it is also kind of more mathy. Man, I miss Exalted. Exalted was just dumb. So the high concept for Exalted is like, you play through D&D and you get to be level 20 and do all this like cool demigod shit, and Exalted is like, yeah, why have you just started as demigods? And we went up from there. And the catch with Exalted is...
Can I be Thor? Specifically the MCU Thor?
The catch with Exalted is, like, whenever you use your demigod powers, it makes a huge sign burn on your body that reveals you as an Exalted, and you're very unpopular with a lot of people who live on the planet, so you can't just, like, go off, like, blowing your cool shit everywhere. But it's like, I made a level 1 character in Exalted that could turn into a 13-foot steel golem that could fire chains out of its mouth.
That doesn't sound like anything from the MCU.
It's a dumb... No, if it was the MCU, it would be like a bad CG metal plate thing that fires laser beams out of its mouth. That's the thing.
Oh, damn. MCU
Thor.
hot takes, I assume.
I don't know. I was just describing the CG monster from the end of Thor.
It's true, he was.
Which Thor?
Thor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It doesn't have a longer name, right? It's just called Thor. It's not Thor 1. It's not Thor the Beginning.
I like that.
It's not Thor the Asgardian connection. The Thorn identity.
I like that
Thor
one. Keep it. Keep that one.
The Thorn identity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I recently rewatched Thor. It's not that bad.
So...
I've seen Thor 2. I remember that being a movie.
Yeah, that's like the worst Thor movie.
Okay, well, that's like one of the like 3 MCU movies I've ever seen, and it was definitely like a movie.
Wow, you've seen a whole 3 MCU movies? Look at you go.
It might actually be 2. I've definitely seen Iron Man, and I've seen Thor 2. I don't know if I've seen any others. Yeah. And they were both films that you can watch.
That is very true for both of them.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if you were talking about a film that you'd watched and you'd be like, it's a film, you can't watch it, it doesn't exist anymore.
Sounds like something from Control.
Yeah.
Damn, those are some heavy Control spoilers right there.
Like
it sounds like.
My best pull there is like Belleville Rendezvous, and I can be like, it's a film. It's very hard to get to watch it. I had to like order it online, I think from another country.
I remember that.
In order to get a copy of it. It's a good movie though. So we're in like world building games now. They usually come with some tools for building the world, which is in Microscope, it's a palette of like, here's stuff everyone is interested in. So what I want to do for the first part of today is build up our own palette of like, here's themes and stuff, things that people who are on this call and Shonic, whenever they will show up, might be interested in playing a game about. And then I can try and pick games that more well reflect those themes. And also we can pick up on them in the games we play. And the long-term plan is to build something that is like a shared... build our own MCU, basically. Build our own shared role-playing universe.
Okay.
there's two things
I
on.
understood that reference.
Yeah.
Well, that's
layers, yo. Layers within layers. There's two projects on Friends at the Table. So one is called Bluff City, which is a game set in like a alternate version of a North Atlantic city called Bluff City, like a gambling city, where it's like an anthology series, and they play different games set there. So they started off with Fiasco, which I actually think Daryl would love. Fiasco. Fiasco's a disaster, like social disaster simulator. It's a game about people with powerful ambition and poor impulse control.
Isn't that
I see.
Daryl's life?
Yes, Daryl will love playing Fiasco.
I don't know if it's characterized by ambition, generally speaking.
It's very much in the vein of Fargo. I guess Daryl's never seen Fargo.
No, I know nothing about Fargo.
But yeah, classically, any movie where people have things that they want that they definitely do not deserve, and cause a lot of chaos trying to get those things that they want.
Okay.
Think like what's that show that has all the repulsive people in and it has Danny DeVito in?
Always Sunny?
Always Sunny?
Always Sunny or Arrested Development, stuff like that.
I want to like Always Sunny, but it's so hard.
Yes.
To watch.
So yeah, they played Fiasco. They've played Masks, which is like a teen superpower crime fighting game. They played this game that is like it's kind of like a Ghostbusters role playing game. Like you make your own franchise for battling spirits, and it has a built-in mechanic for like what's it called? Like the diary room camera moments in Big Brother. The face can
shit.
It's like the thing in The Office where they cut away to somebody talking to the camera.
Yeah. Oh, there's a term
like
for
the interviews?
Yeah. So it has a built-in mechanic for that. So during a scene, you can call for one of those cutaways and basically like describe something that is about to happen, and then that thing happens in the scene. Or describe some new piece of information that nobody else knew about. Oh, there's a name for it, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
It's called. I think it's called Inspectors, which is like the anime, but not the anime, which is just like bleh. But yeah, so that's one thing they did, and then their new project is Quest, which is they were doing a whole bunch of different one-shot games as part of their like Patreon backer awards, and eventually put them all into a giant Mamorpaga setting. Like the fiction is
there's a term I haven't heard in a long time.
What?
Mamorpaga?
Yeah.
Boy, that's an old one.
But that's basically them taking all of their different material and trying to make it so that it can run under Quest, which is another system that I'd really like to try. That is like it's kind of like a simplified D&D system, but not really. It's the same themes as D&D, but you don't level up in it. You get better at stuff, but you don't level up. And it has it has very, very interesting character classes. When I was listening to their first game, one of their players was a spy / stenographer. And the abilities were more useful than you'd think. And more interesting than you'd think. So yeah, I'm looking to try and do something like that, but broad strokes first, which is what stuff are you guys interested in? Don't all answer at once.
I wrote a list.
Oh, okay, that's good. I was just gonna say we could do the room, but shave the fucking what do you call it? Shave the serial numbers off. You know.
Stop.
You know.
Oh, we got a bot.
Yeah, they're already banned.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So I wrote multiple creature companions.
Oh yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
and then wacky scenarios, just because I was thinking of like one of I was thinking of like things that I really enjoyed when we did Monster of the Week, and like weirdly enough, I really liked the anime convention because it was just like, you know, the thing where it like throws the characters like where the player adores it, but you know the characters would be like completely out of their element.
Some characters.
Yeah, exactly. but that being said, Legolas could blend into literally everything. He'd like,
so
he's too insane to adapt.
So that's like a fish out of water thing, right?
Yeah, like I like those fish out of waters that are like endlessly entertaining. It's good shit.
So sorry, you said multiple creature companions, fish,
Magic.
What's specifically
and then wacky.
What's specifically interesting about magic? Tell me.
I just like magic. I just like it.
Okay.
Idea of like shooting fire.
Okay, but you're talking about like the cool magic of like I throw a cool fireball out my hands, and not like cosmic horror magic of some horrible creature has come from another dimension and we're going to try and cast a spell that will either send it back or turn most of us inside out and make us go mad.
I don't think that Esty would dislike that though.
Okay.
Yeah, I just much prefer cool showy magic. I mean, also if you want like if you use magic you look more eldritch, I'm cool with that too. I kind of like scarring, like permanent like changes. That's just cool.
How about like really benign, weak ass, everyday, somewhat ineffective magic?
Like do your taxes
like
really well.
Toasting bread or something like that.
That'd be so
shit like that.
Dude, I love
so much more bread.
the thing in Misfits where there'll be a person. Have you guys seen Misfits at all? I know Eve has.
I've seen
a little bit of it.
Yeah, I've seen like 3 episodes, surprisingly.
I stopped watching after the new kid showed up. They're like, we can't tell him about our powers, and he's like, so what powers do you guys have? That's where I stopped.
I love the thing in.
I did get a bunch of it spoiled for me, so like I know like usually the ending of that season.
Yeah, I love the thing in Misfits that like the usefulness of the power very rarely has anything to do with how useful you think it would be. Like one of the most powerful characters in Misfits has like control over lactose. That's his whole power. Is he can control lactose. I do also really love really benign superpowers. It's like, oh yeah, I make perfect toast every time. The guy who spent 10 years studying how to make the perfect toast, and he's really mad that there was a guy who's just born with this ability.
Master French toast artisan.
Oh, could you imagine if it wasn't French too? Like how angry France would be? They might actually riot for a bit before surrendering.
As like the guy who can take anything anyone says and turn it into a tweet. You fit it into 140 characters every time.
Well, is it like 210 now?
It's bigger.
It's bigger. Yeah, it's much bigger.
They bumped it up for that president guy or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know. If I was trying to fit it into a setting, I wouldn't be like, oh, it's a tweet, right? It would be something within our fiction.
It's a chirp.
It's a squawk.
My superpower is being able to shave the serial numbers off anything. I can turn anything into a generic lawyer-friendly version.
But yeah, shitty superpowers on Reddit has some pretty good ones.
So we're definitely interested in really benign superpowers.
Benign magic's always fun.
Yeah, apparently I'm super interested in benign magic.
Shitty, ineffectual magic.
I can light my hand on fire, but only enough to light a lighter. Or like to light a cigarette.
That's it. Benign.
Benign. Benign.
Benign. Fucking hate the English language.
Such a sick language. Like, damn.
Hang on, spell that again. B-E-N.
I-G-N. Benign.
Oh my god.
If I'm wrong about how to spell
No, you're definitely really right. I'm just like, fuck the English language, yo.
Yeah, Benign. Yeah, it's Benign. Oh, apparently it can also mean gentle and kindly. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, you see a creature and you're like, yeah, it's benign.
Yeah. I always just thought it was like primarily like ineffectual or non-harmful.
It's also
Eve, do you wanna
Do I want to have an opinion?
Yes, would you want to share your opinion? I would love to hear it.
Monsters. Creepy monsters.
Creepy monsters, okay.
Magical
cryptids.
thingies. I didn't want to specifically say cryptids, but yeah, cryptids.
Like, when you say, again, like, creepy monsters, like, would you be interested in doing something with an actual genuine horror vibe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't have to be.
I was gonna jokingly say Mothman just to
Mothman.
get a rise.
Oh god. What's fucking Mothman game? Fuck. Our setting, everyone is Mothman.
We open a restaurant and everybody's Mothman.
It's a society of Mothman.
My brother, his D&D session right now, every bandit's named Jerry.
Sure, why not?
Later on, we will get to Lines and Veils, and in Lines and Veils, you can be like, no Mothman. I will accept 0 amount of Mothman.
I don't know. I don't feel like our experience is actually enhanced by having 0 Mothman. I don't know if that leads to better outcomes.
You taking one for the team?
The appeal of Mothman is being able to complain about Mothman.
Sorry, it looks like our in-stream chat is not.
Oh, that's what we should have in our setting. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, the technical difficulties RPG.
It looks like the in-stream chat is messed up. Just gonna do this, and then do this, and then do that, and then hit a refresh button. And still no chat. Wow. Thanks, thanks, I guess. Thanks, Restream. Oops, something went wrong.
You're cutting in and out, dear.
Oh. I should be back in a second. In a minute. Oh well, I guess the chat in the window is done for now.
Okay.
Because I just can't. It's not. It won't come back. I can get it. I can get it to show up in the browser. I can't get it to show up in Restream. I guess actually I could slide over to the technical difficulties panel and then slide back again and see if that fixes it.
I don't think anyone's gonna lose some sleep over.
I might lose sleep over the chat not being on the thing.
You're gonna lose sleep nonetheless.
Alright, that's too real, and thank you. There we go. Alright, let's back up again.
Oddly ominous.
So yeah, creepy monsters, real horror.
Spookies.
So I want to say I'm interested in doing something that is like a dungeon ecology type setting.
Do I get to study monsters?
Sure, if you want. I want to do something that's like made in the abyss.
Making a bestiaria. That's what I want to do, or a bestiaire, whatever.
Oh my god! If we do that, I want to do like because I saw this really cute manga where like he's eating all the monsters he finds in the dungeon. So it's like documenting them and then eating them, and then it's just gonna be really funny.
Is it the slime? Is it where he's the slime?
No.
Okay. Because he eats things and documents it.
You know, because it's like really cute. Like one point they find golems, and it's like not like they eat the golems, but they're a really good source of like vegetables. Like a guy was like planting seeds on their back.
Yeah, I like that where like monsters are part of the world and you can use them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it was like eating like plants and water and stuff. They took like a water elemental and like drank it
Was it
because it was high in minerals.
was it thirst quenching? Was it refreshing? Were
It was probably very
were
refreshing.
these water elementals sponsored by the Coca-Cola company?
Oh,
They wouldn't shill.
No shilling for the Coca-Cola elementals.
No, there was even like a kelpie that was really cool, and they ate seaweed because it was made of seaweed. I went off on a
like
really
the
long
concept
tangent.
of a bestiaria and making like
A cook, yeah.
and like turning things into like maybe not specifically food. Like food is a good one. Food's kind of an easy
But like
one. 'cause it's
recycling and like if we can use it for like clothing and stuff.
yeah, like oh these are good for this thing and that's good for this thing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. Especially if they're creepy eldritch horrors. They'll be like, well, no, we have to hunt the eldritch horrors. This is the worst.
The rake is good for a kitchen knife set.
This is giving me a big Made in the Abyss vibes though.
Yeah,
it can
Made in
be
the Abyss.
it can be really.
Can we just do Made? I know you don't want to do, but if we were to do an IP, Made in the Abyss would be fucking awesome.
Look, we can take Made in the Abyss and file the serial number off of it.
Perfect.
I do like filing serial numbers.
Yeah,
that is Daryl's superpower.
I would say if we want to do something like that, I would like to try and paint the setting in broader strokes than Made does, because it limits it to like, oh, this one town and this one hole in the ground that is obviously an analogy for hell. It's obviously an analogy for descending into hell.
I mean, there could be several doors to hell.
Oh man, I love it. It's what's it, gateways-to-hell.com, and it's just like this slideshow collection of like really horrible entrances around the world.
Oh god.
That's good. Can we incorporate that?
No, it's just
that's how we find our cryptids. We go on that website and find the doors.
Oh, I like this. This is kind of like Yick, you know. You go on the message board to find the lead.
Why'd you have to ruin it? I was so excited
it's a
for
superpower.
Like, that's true.
Soiled it.
I cannot find this fucking image collection now of just like really shitty
that's spooky.
Images that look like they could be the gateways to hell.
Uh-oh.
Definitely getting some good inspo here though.
Inspo moments.
Yeah, good old inspo moments. Oh, do they have
photography?
Grinding some inspo moments.
Yeah. One of my favorite things in video games is when you have to take pictures of things.
This could further go into your bestiary thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that actually a thing you like? You have to take pictures of things?
Creating monsters.
Ooh, the cryptid could be a tulpa. My Pinkie Pie tulpa is screaming at me.
Fuck, right. That's what I was gonna say. Ah, damn it, I was too late now.
What?
Oh,
it's
we were
too
talking
late
about
now? No, it's not.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, oh, Gary Gygax is my tulpa. But, you know, it's too late.
Who?
Oh, he's the guy who
invented D&D.
Yeah.
Technically, the guy that invented D&D were the two guys who were arguing in one of his schoolroom classes about whether a Panzer II tank could kill a dragon or not.
Oh, right. I feel like I've heard that anecdote before.
Yeah. I've probably repeated that anecdote before about D&D. That is supposedly where it came from, is two people in Gary Gygax's, I think it's in his like wargaming club, were discussing whether a tank could kill a Panzer II tank could kill a dragon, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna have to, assign an arbitrary hardness to the dragon hide and a piercing power to this tank shell to work this out." And then D&D happened, I guess.
I feel like the dragon has the advantage.
The dragon can fly, so it's kind of like...
Yeah, it's got lots of maneuverability on the clunky World War II
I also feel
tank.
like the Panzer II tank does, like, its gun is probably not elevated enough to shoot something that just circled directly above it.
Yeah. If it's like at a high enough angle, it's like, nah, bad time for the tank.
Okay, guys, enough about the dragon.
Yeah, definitely enough about the dragon.
Nifty doesn't even like D&D.
Yeah, dragons are alright, though.
That's fair.
And I'm just like...
Dragons are okay, dragons are okay. It's just when you put them together, you get the problems.
What are you looking at me for? What are you looking at me for? Why are you such a bitch?
Man, I had ideas before I got on this call. I didn't write any of them down except for the dungeon ecology thing, which has been going around my head for weeks. Do I need to write comedy down here? I'm gonna write comedy down here. I'm gonna do it. I can't.
No.
We can't.
Serious roleplay.
Yeah.
Oh,
no jokes. Zero
no
jokes.
I think we're gonna
this
have
is the no
fun.
joke stream.
This is not for fun.
No fun, no jokes.
No, it's gonna be like that Half-Life roleplay stream on Gary's mod. That fucking God.
Right.
Do you remember that? God, that was
yeah.
horrifying.
It's awesome.
Right, okay, let me clarify is that I want comedy to be a thing that can exist in our world, and our whole game is just not like a really dark joke. Like, you can make a Coen Brothers movie that is like grim stuff happening to people that is funny because it's grim. But there's nothing funny inside the world of a Coen Brothers movie. It's about nasty people killing other people. Daryl, you got any thoughts for me to add to this list of stuff that we're interested in for our palette?
Not as yet. I might have something useful before the stream is out. We'll see.
Oof, that's it.
I guess that is best, like, for, like, when you best get your ideas.
Have I seen any Coen Brothers movie? I don't even know if I have.
Oh, and yeah,
Doesn't
since we're
look like
doing TTRPGs, if Tucky actually ever gets Nobody's Watched Frasier into a playable enough state to let me take it, then we're gonna play Nobody's Watched Frasier, because I know that.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
that would be
good.
some dangerous shit with Sonic around. Oh my gosh.
Dangerous. Dangerous is why I like it.
Yeah. His Frasier power level is like, man, he might have the highest Frasier power level in the entire world.
I don't
But
know where
more-
the kids.
More FP than anyone else.
Yeah. Tons of Frasier levels. He's over leveled as fuck when it comes to Frasier. You're looking so grumpy. What's up? What are you thinking about?
Does anyone want to talk about... I said we weren't going to talk about it today, but I kind of do. Now I've changed my mind. Does anyone want to talk about stuff that they are specifically not interested in? That are like, I don't want this.
Overly complicated fighting mechanics. D&D's fun, but like, it takes like an hour to do 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a little bit of like with Monster of the
Like
Week.
Monster of the
kinda
Week was
fun.
really fun.
It'd be cool to have like a system with like huge initiative rolls and then just like incredibly fast combat. Like you gotta roll like 10 times to decide initiative, and then the fights take like 30 seconds. That'd be awesome.
So there's a game called Iron Sworn that lets you zoom in and zoom out on combat, so you can basically do that. Of like, we're going to take this huge battle, and rather than playing the whole battle out, we'll just disclaim it to a bunch of dice rolls to find out how it turned out. Or we're like really interested in like what this one character is doing in this one fight. We're going to zoom up on that, and that will play out as like a whole scene with like multiple roles and actions and things. For me, really complicated fighting mechanics is like comedy on this list. We are never going to play a very complicated game because I'm not interested in learning a very complicated game to run it for you all. Unless there's somebody here in this call who really wants to run a complicated game, then we're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. The closest thing I can think to a complicated game that I actually want to run is there's oh man, it's like a 1920s gangster superhero game.
Wow, that's incredibly specific.
Yeah, so it's like, imagine like The Great Gatsby, but also people have superpowers. And it uses some interesting, like, instead of having dice, you draw cards. And,
okay.
And it's very, so in the lingo, when something is very like stats heavy and requires a lot of like resolving things and, you know, rolling dice and subtracting them, looking at numbers, we call that crunchy, and it's like relatively crunchy when it comes to resolving situations.
I'm gonna eat your legs.
Yeah, take that, Duncan.
You're losing your privilege. All 4 of those belong to no. You get back here.
But yeah, so not a ton of crunchiness.
Oh no, my lumbar support. There we go.
Lumbar.
But like thematically, is there anything you guys aren't interested, like sci-fi, steampunk, Wild West, space opera?
Pretty open to anything.
Okay.
What do I find exciting?
I mean, I'm probably, if I'm going to put anything on this list, it's going to be like Tolkien-esque fantasy, because that can just fuck right off.
That's fair. I personally think you did a really good job mixing all of the mythical creatures and monster of the week.
Yeah, let's
just enough for Daryl.
Let's set it in like Skyrim with the serial numbers shaved off.
I don't mind Norse mythology. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Poopy westernized Norse mythology, yes. I guess westernized wouldn't be the word.
I mean, that's the thing, is it's like it's as poopy and westernized as we want to make it, right?
Yeah.
So that's on us. But if you guys are like, hey, I'm down. If I find a game, or if you guys are like, hey, this is a theme I want to explore, is like Norse mythology.
I do like Norse mythology.
Then I'm down. I would probably want to, like, you know, put a spin on it, probably. But I'm not like, oh, I won't do that.
Spins are boring.
Spins are boring? Yeah, I guess. Technically, maybe.
I don't know. Personally, I think spinning's a good trick.
Makes me dizzy.
All right.
I don't understand the joke you're trying to make.
No one's picking up my hot prequel meme. Whatever, that's cool. Don't worry about it.
I haven't seen the prequels.
You're not missing out very much. Good memes though. Quality memes.
Motherfucker.
Let me separate out one of these tabs. And then go to sheets. And the other game I want to run that might not fit into everything that we're doing right now is Morgoths versus Visigoths.
That sounds great.
It's if you're playing a Visigoth, you get to describe how much you glow from time travel. It's like a teen drama romance where the Visigoths have been transported forward in time to a more... where is my list of different games? I have too many spreadsheets.
I'm gonna eat you.
Which cat are
you
gonna
cannot get in?
The one and only.
Which cat are you
The old
eat?
one.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to all sorts of places she shouldn't be.
Mecha. How do you guys feel about Mecha?
I think if anyone could make Mecha interesting, it would be you.
Aww.
And if you
That's
make any semblances to Evangelion, Daryl will probably give you a blowjob.
Whoa, that's not very COVID friendly unless she's a glory hole.
Oh my gosh, stop
Oh,
knocking
man.
my pills over.
Oh, she used her tail for that one?
Yeah.
It's such a fucking problem. We should, we should do like,
what was that, Daryl? Sorry, I cut you off.
we should do like medieval mecha. I got a good feeling about that.
Stop.
Well, no, I'm excited about medieval mecha. Haven't you ever seen fucking Batman Ninja?
No, I haven't seen Batman Ninja.
Batman.
Are there mecha in
Batman.
It's
or
so
isn't it
technically
Ninja Batman.
Ninja Batman. I
Yeah,
can't
I'm
remember
pretty
which
sure
one.
it's-
But okay, technically it's not medieval. It's Edo period Japan. But yes, Batman in a mech suit fights Joker in a mech suit.
Don't their mech suits end up combining?
Yes.
Like not Batman and Joker, but like Joker and Poison
Joker
Ivy
and
or
all the
something.
different villains all like combine their mech into one giant mech. You should just watch Batman Ninja or Ninja Batman or whatever because it's fucking bananas. It's just insane.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But yeah, no, medieval mecha sounds rad. I'll do that. If we're having an Omega setting, we can have magic that makes our like fucking iron and wood mechs powered. And kind of like
I just realized one thing I never want to do, but we wouldn't have to worry about anyway. That I just wouldn't want to roleplay.
What's
ABO?
What?
Alpha, beta, omega.
Oh yeah. That's a winner right there.
Anything with that kind of
shitty fanfiction saying hell yeah, like
weird wolf sex vibes.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Okay.
No.
So it's like JoJo with stands, except it's all mpreg. So it's your mpreg baby that gives you your power. Your mpreg gives you like your beast form, and that's how you fight. Oh fuck.
So yeah,
Daryl's not allowed having ideas anymore.
Here's my pitch for medieval mecha. Is basically it's a Knight's Tale, but instead of them horseback riding, they fight mechs to prove their honor to the king.
A Knight's Tale.
Yeah, a Knight's Tale. It's a really anachronistic movie about Heath Ledger who becomes a knight and participates in.
It's about Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's about actually Heath Ledger. Thank you. I can't remember what character he plays, and I don't really fucking care.
I thought he played Heath Ledger.
Yes, Heath Ledger plays Heath Ledger. Apparently it has.
He plays William Thatcher.
Apparently it has really good medieval martial arts in it, but then has weird anachronistic music. But yeah, that's
okay. Cool.
That's the vibe I'd swing out with medieval mech. Is like, what about instead of jousting, it was mech suit battling in feudal
England?
England.
Those like animes where it's like you have to kiss the person for them to turn into the mech.
I mean, I'm more than okay with that. We could run that under Firebrands, and it would be great. Firebrands is micro games like Stewpot, but it's a mecha set of micro games about like people and a mech detachment. Anyway, the thing about mecha is you guys were like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, Duncan, just make it interesting. Don't make it lame.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I was
like
trying to
that
say
game.
that I would really like it.
It could be like that game I have where you pilot the robots, but you're not in the robots. You're actually like you pilot them with controllers, and you're like flying around.
That's not like the weird like one with like the alchemy in the name, or whatever the fuck that was. It's not gonna come to me.
Oh, the one with like Alchemic Drive.
Yeah, there we go.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Well,
one where like you crush your best friend's house or whatever.
Yeah, if you there's like a secret
Oh,
side
yeah,
mission.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
crush your best friend's house every time, she slowly becomes more and more depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
Okay.
that is the one I'm referring to.
Hey, okay, they were cool. It's all coming together.
Okay, so on our palette of stuff that we're interested in, we got multiple creature companions, fish out of wood situations, magic, scarring, really benign powers, creepy monsters, real horror, spookies, which I think is what Jade said.
That sounds like a thing I've said.
Bestiary, studying creatures / plants, dungeon ecology, photography, and comedy. And then on our vetoed items list is really complicated fighting mechanics, and Tolkien-esque fantasy, and weird wolf sex vibes.
That's a shame. I don't know. I like my shitty fanfiction idea, but they can't all be winners.
I mean, you could have shitty fanfic ideas, just no wolf sex. I know that is hard for you.
Yeah, I feel like you can't hit the pinnacle of shitty fanfiction without wolf sex.
Just pick a different animal.
Like that
wolf sex was the only one that we vetoed. It could be any other.
Oh yeah. We just
pick like
need
hyena
to find
sex.
Yeah, like gorillas or something. Let's go with that. I feel kind of like this is like that bit from The Simpsons where like they're like having the panel of kids and they're asking what ideas they want Itchy and Scratchy, and they're like, "Do you want real grounded characters?" And they're like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Oh, do you want off the wall wacky battles and crazy shit happening?" They're like, "Yeah." It's just like they're saying yes to everything. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's why I've been prompting you to say no to stuff, but nobody wants to say no to things.
I don't want to risk. What if you have this amazing idea that I'd miss out on?
Then we workshop the idea so that it would fit more into what you were interested in. That's fine.
That sounds like harder work.
Yeah. I like the second part of that word, but not like the first one. The first one I'm kind of on the wall about, you know?
The space for like making and running TTRPGs is so big that it's easy to take out something that somebody doesn't want to do. Be like, is everyone good with romance? With having romance in their games? Big silence. Like that. Alright, I'm gonna stop asking you guys about vetoing stuff then, because it's obviously not bearing any fruit. Any veto fruit.
Okay, oh good.
Oh,
for a second there.
You're lucky you got back in time. Daryl was suggesting he take over the show.
I mean,
whoa, no, I didn't say that at all.
A good job.
I was like, someone's gonna have to do it.
Assumedly, nobody would have heard it because the entire stream was cut out.
I know.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, everything everything froze up. So, two things. One is continue to think about these things. If you have other thoughts about stuff that you're interested in adding to a palette or stuff that you want to veto out between now and next Tuesday, pop them in the Discord or whatever. So that I can add it.
No mosquitoes.
Okay.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Ooh, tasty food.
Gross.
I want Ignis.
I'm okay if gross food exists as long as it's like because we're bad at making tasty food.
Yeah, that's always fun.
What's it called in Breath of the Wild? Like suspicious food?
Yes. That's about it. And then I will also share this Miro with you guys, and if you want to add some like images, like some mood images that you're interested in.
Mood image.
Yeah, I want to build up like a mood board kind of thing. That's what I'm going for here. When we play the games...
Don't worry, I have a bachelor mood boards.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I was
extensive experience.
All the things I thought I wanted right now. The one thing I was like, oh man, I wish we had somebody here who had a fucking bachelor in mood boards.
Yeah. I've got a formal education in making mood boards.
I guess I'll just copy and paste this into the Discord. And I should check that the stream is... Oh, the stream is dead.
Oh
not.
no!
The audio's there, just the video. The video's gone.
Oh, okay, so they can at least hear us, so they know we're still here.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry, little Liddy.
So I think what happened is when my stream dipped, it stopped me watching everyone else. Which meant everyone's shit disappeared. Alright, we should be good now. The video should be back up, and...
That's good, everyone needs to see me draw stuff.
I'm really happy you're doing the mimicries for that. Daryl?
So this mood board thing, right?
The what?
The mood board?
Yes.
The mood board thing. Yeah, it wants a work email. I don't have a work email.
Well, just pretend.
Shut up!
Write a regular email and pretend that it's your work email.
Okay. Shutting up.
Sometimes, Daryl.
Fuck, we gotta make a work email now. There's a lot of pressure.
Alright, who wants to talk about the Quiet Year? Who wants to play the Quiet Year? Who is excited to play the Quiet Year?
I'll consider it.
Except for Daryl. I don't care if Daryl doesn't want to play the Quiet Year.
I hope they don't figure I'm lying that about my email being a work.
Isn't that some sort of fraud, says Buttery Sims?
Yeah, I know. I feel like I get a lot of hot water for accessing this mood board right now.
I mean, it's not a mood board yet. It doesn't have any images on.
Yeah. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Just don't sell it to another company.
Yeah.
Don't file the serial numbers off it. I know that's what you're an expert in. How does...
I'm not lying anymore.
So, throw out all the stuff that we just discussed about setting and stuff, and we're just gonna straight up play a game.
Okay.
Okay.
And how does...
You fucking little...
How does everyone feel about reading sections from a rulebook? Do you guys just want me to read everything, or are you okay with reading some stuff if I ask you to read sections of the rules? I'm going to send you the link to the rules.
I am capable of reading on
Does anyone feel uncomfortable with being asked to read out loud?
I mean,
read out loud.
I don't want to read out loud.
Okay.
I can read things.
Yes, I know you can read things.
I doubt it, but...
I can even do a stupid voice if you want me to.
No, stupid voice, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I've linked the PDF in planning.
One of the cats picked out our Commodore keyboard somehow.
Huh.
That thing's heavy. Which one of you was it?
Behemoth is the most likely due to his large muscles.
He doesn't like crawling to the...
Large muscles.
That boy's got big muscles.
Buttery Sims would like a stupid voice when you read stuff. It's been requested.
I'm gonna put my slipper.
I'm gonna be straight up. The reason that I do the rulebook reading thing is to make sure you're all paying attention, and it's obvious that Esty has walked away from the keyboard.
I'm still here, don't worry.
Someone's gotta feed the cat.
It's just like almost feeding time, and Behemoth was sitting across large portions of my desk.
Truskin is a very strange last name.
What?
Are these real names? Snapichia? Snapichia?
Oh, definitely real names.
Probably. They're probably real names. Alright, so The Quiet Year's a game by... Oh, it's not by Avery Alder. It's a game by... No, that can't... No, that is not correct. I know The Quiet Year is by Avery Alder. This thing has obviously been doctored.
Suspicious already.
Yeah. Wait, this is not the thing I was looking for. This is the copy from Rain. Yeah, so the Quiet Year is a map drawing game by Avery Alder. I'm pretty sure that you're correct Daryl, the names on this PDF are made-up names. They are not real. This is a map drawing game. You collectively explore the struggles of a community trying to rebuild after the collapse of civilization. It's a game about community, difficult choices, and landscapes. When you play, you make decisions about the community, decisions that get recorded on the map that is constantly evolving. Parts of the map are literal cartography, while other parts are symbolic. Players work together to create and steer this community, but they also play devil's advocate and introduce problems and tensions into the game.
Daryl will be good at that.
Yes. I'm expecting Daryl's going to make us all take contempt basically every round, but we'll find out. So because we are playing digitally, the supplies we have is a Aggie.io canvas to draw on, which is when we are called to draw on the map. We will draw on this Aggie.io. Has everyone got access to that?
Sorry, is that one of the things you linked into the thing?
Yes. The top two links. So the first one is the Playing Cards IO, and the other one's the Aggie IO.
Oh god.
I forgot to open those.
Oh shit.
But they are loading.
Okay. What is this?
Okay, I am in.
Oh shit. Oh, this is really. I don't know what's going on here. Oh god.
Oh,
this isn't very friendly mobile.
Oh man, you trying to draw on a cell phone or a tablet?
Should I produce a computing device?
I don't know. I've never tried to do this on a cell phone. If that's what you're trying to do, you may have.
Oh right, I have to open this up on my iPad.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
I mean, I guess I could draw with my mouse. That's not a huge deal.
You're making me think that I want to do the same thing. What do I do with my tablet? Okay, I guess we're waiting for Daryl to get a computing device. Man, I started this too late. I did not realize we were going to spend like 15 minutes fucking around just to get started.
Such a fool.
This is like the fastest a stream has passed for me for a while, to be honest. Need Discord, I need you.
So are we gonna be doing this for like 2 to 4 hours?
Not tonight. Tonight we're gonna do the map and then we might play the first season of it. But I'm not even sure we're gonna finish the first season at the going rate. Okay, I need to go to here.
It's gonna be rough.
And you're gonna be rough.
Yeah, you're probably right. How the fuck does Discord work again? Alright. Oh yeah, we need to update right now.
So we've got the Aggie IO where we draw, and then there's the Playing Cards IO, which we will use to do everything else, which is to draw cards, to take contempt, to track people's turns, and everything that doesn't involve drawing on the map, basically. We're not doing a fleeting year, so I don't need to read about this. Okay, so everybody is everybody ready to listen? The listening is.
Yeah, I can use my ears under good circumstances.
I can use ears.
The opening story. For a long time, we were at war with the jackals. Now, finally, we've driven them off, and we're left with this: a year of relative peace. One quiet year with which to build our community up and learn again how to work together. Come winter, the frost shepherds will arrive, and we might not survive the encounter. This is when the game will end, but we don't know about that yet. What we know is that right now, in this moment, there is an opportunity to build something. So if you go to the on Aggie.io, that's where we will be drawing our map. Before playing, we'll establish some of the landscape. As we play, we'll update the map to reflect new discoveries, conflicts, and opportunities. Parts of the map will be literal cartography, and other parts will be symbolic. We will try to avoid writing words on it, though common symbols are fine. Throughout the game, we will all be responsible for drawing on the map. It's fine to draw poorly or crudely, but all of us are going to draw. On the playing cards IO, on the right-hand side is a thing called projects, which is where we will add project dice. When our community starts a project, we will add a tracker on there, representing the number of weeks it takes to do the project. Each turn we tick it down. When it gets to 0, the project is complete. The red tokens underneath the example card labeled contempt are contempt tokens. These represent any tension and frustration that might arise within the community. And then next to above the contempt tokens is the summary card. This just summarizes basically what you do each round and what actions you can do. I do not need to explain the deck because we only have the spring deck. Daryl.
But yes.
Do you have the rules open?
Yeah, I'm looking. Is the PDF?
Yeah. Do you want to read the section on who we are?
Oh. Okay. Okay. Who we are. We all have 2 roles to play in this game. The first is to represent the community at the bird's eye level and to care about its fate. The second is to dispassionately introduce dilemmas as scientists conducting an experiment. The Quiet Year asks us to move in and out of these 2 roles. We don't embody specific characters nor act out scenes. Instead, we represent currents of thought within the community. When we speak or take action, we might be representing a single person or a great many. If we allow ourselves to care about the fate of these people, the Quiet Year becomes a richer experience and serves as a lens for understanding communities in conflict. We'll also be presented with opportunities to introduce new issues for the community to deal with. These will often happen when we draw cards or use the Discover Something New action. By dispassionately introducing dilemmas and then returning to our other roles as representatives of the community, we create tension and make the community's successes feel real. If there's an issue you struggle with in real life, like whether violence is ever justified, introduce situations that call it into question.
Thanks, Yuri.
Anytime.
Esty, you read Sketching Terrain?
Yeah. Before the game begins, we must establish some facts about the community and what its surroundings are like. We begin with a brief discussion, taking 2 minutes at most, of the general terrain and habitat of the area. This can be as simple as someone saying, "How about a community on a rocky desert?" and everyone else nodding in agreement. At this point, each of us should introduce one detail about the local terrain. When we introduce our detail, we then sketch our contribution onto the map. These sketches should be rough and simple, leaving lots of blank space for additions during play. The community itself should be fairly large on the map, perhaps occupying 1/3 of the sheet. Unless otherwise stated, assume that our community has 60 to 80 members. As an example of a group that might decide to set their game in a forest, the player introduced the detail, "All right, the forest is full of young, spindly trees." The next player adds, "And it's nestled within a steep mountain range." And the third player adds, "We've taken up residence in an old mining camp." The final player says, "And the trees in this area have all been clear-cut." As details are added, the players draw them on the map.
Okay, everyone should introduce a detail and then draw it onto the map before proceeding. Well, I guess we should talk about... Hang on, we should first talk about the general terrain and habitat. So, what sort of place should our game be?
You look around, what do you see?
I will disclaim this can be as wild or reserved as you like. Like, I played this game in space. I played this game in the middle of an ocean. I've played this game on an Avatar Airbender type temple.
You okay?
I want to hear what Daryl says.
Oh, this feels a lot like improv.
I thought you liked improv.
No, when did I ever say that? Oh. No, 0% that. Improv is stressful.
Well, time to improv.
You did just.
I'm sorry, I tried
The-
to get you to improv, to get you to
Oh, yeah,
participate.
Yeah, I respect that. That's admirable.
SD, you got something?
So what we see around us. Okay.
This is just sort of like the biome, right? The broad strokes of where we're at.
Okay. Very swampy north of here.
Okay. So we're like on the edge
Is
of
that
a
good?
swamp?
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Cool. So each player introduces a detail, which I'm guessing your detail is going to be like, there's a big swamp in the north.
Sorry, I'm figuring out how to use this on
tablet.
On no PC. I did it on tablet last time. I'd just be drawing.
Okay.
Okay, there's the eraser button. Okay.
Oh, look at all these options.
Daryl, when we get past the setup part of the game, you're going to have a card, and the card is going to help you narrow down what you need to think about.
Yeah. What happens when I increase the level of my stabilizer?
I don't know. What does happen when you increase the level of your stabilizer?
It just moves the line as you draw, so it's steadier.
It seems to be a heavy line, a light line.
Is that just the edge of your swamp, SD?
Yeah.
You might want to bring it down a bit so there's space in the swamp for us to draw things. If the swamp is an important part.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. There we go.
Okay. I feel like I want to establish something about our settlement.
There's an ominous obelisk.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Dude, that obelisk is huge.
Yeah, and it's ominous. Here, I'll give it a little cloud with some rain.
This is a bird's eye view.
The perspective doesn't. The perspective can be a little bit mixed. Although I feel like that obelisk is going to cause problems, but it's fine. I like to cause problems on purpose. So
it said that the.
Are these like different sets? Oh shit.
Yeah. So each thing you'll add, you'll want to add it on a separate layer. Until we run out.
I barely even know what that.
Okay, are you able to delete layer 2 from when Daryl drew with his phone?
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you.
Oh shit! How'd you do that?
Oh my
god. I'm like, I want. How do I describe this? It's like I want our settlement to be in like low. They're like tree houses, but they're really low to the ground. Like they're
so they're
built,
like just barely hanging from the ground.
Yeah, they're like built off the ground because
sometimes there's swamp flooding.
Yes, yeah. Or maybe they're just like, okay, no, this is really weird. Maybe they're just all on say pontoons, like floating barrels. So you go by and be like, why is there all these flotation devices just sat on the ground?
Why are there a bunch of barrels hanging
out?
Yeah,
and why are all these like roped together? Barrels. But like when the swamp floods, it's so the buildings can just rise up with the swamp.
Can we be like little water goblin people? Kappas, but not actually kappas, because I don't want to be kappas.
We could be like mer people that can like grow human legs, but like swampy.
Just merfolk.
Yeah. Just merfolk.
Swamp merfolk.
I'm into it.
Let me.
It's like you can people were making mermaids based on their terrain. So like deep sea mermaids are like completely different from river mermaids or swamp mermaids.
Maids.
We're swamp maids. We're like our hair just kind of looks like goopy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, I think I see what you're going for.
But there's crocodiles, so we sleep above water.
No, you can't add that.
You can't
That's a later
add,
thing.
you cannot add that yet.
Yeah, you have to add it on your turn.
Okay.
As of yet,
Right.
we do not know that they're crocodiles.
In a second, we're gonna add abundances and scarcities, so you could say there's an abundance of crocodiles. I don't want to draw like a bunch of these. Maybe I'll just draw like.
Fine, just draw 2, and then we'll say there's more than 2.
2. I mean, I don't think there's actually.
Yeah, it's a graph. Like
I don't think there are a lot of these buildings. There's maybe like 4 of them because they're like big longhouses or something. Like it's big communal spaces that probably people resent for a bunch of reasons.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Daryl.
Mushroom trees.
Mushroom trees? Okay.
Yes.
You gonna draw them?
Southwest.
I have a question
So-
about said mushroom trees.
Yeah.
Are they just giant mushrooms, or are they trees with mushrooms on them like fruit?
They are giant mushrooms, the relative size of trees.
Okay.
Can you eat them?
They are like, they're like actual real mushrooms. So some of them are edible, some of them are really they're
so
poisonous.
there's different species.
Yeah.
Of
Some of them are
trees.
poisonous.
Okay.
Some of them
So
will get you
a
high,
mushroom
etc.
forest is nearby.
Yes. So I've never used a digital drawing medium before, so I don't know what this is going to do.
Oh my god,
like
this is us getting Daryl to draw. I just realized.
Shh, don't bring that up.
Shh.
It's happening. Okay, interesting. I'm probably gonna want. Wait, what's this? Wait, what happens if I do this? What does that do? Oh yeah, that's way better of a color. Yeah. Oh, that's so much better color. Holy shit!
Oh my goodness.
That's a good color. All right, wait. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Sick.
Making it happen.
Wait. Is it Oh, what the fuck does this do? Oh, wait. What's this gonna do? Let's see. Oh, that kind of does nothing. What happens if we go like this? Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, baby.
The vague idea of there being a bunch of large mushrooms.
Can you imagine the devil's hand mushroom as big as a tree? The smell that would like have like permeating the forest.
I've never heard of that before.
Oh, it's like it explodes and like the smell smells like dead flesh to attract flies, so the flies eat it and like transfer its spores.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I'll show you later.
Yeah. We're not going to worry about or maybe we will worry about the fact that mushrooms usually only like exist for like a handful of days. I don't know if that's something we'll concern ourselves with.
Think of it about trees. Trees last longer. They're bigger. They last based on their size.
Yeah.
Okay, I did decide to add another shitty building over here. All right, so we have our terrain. I guess I'll read the starting resources. Next, we declare an important resource for the community, something which we might have either an abundance or scarcity. Some examples are cleaner drinking water, a source of energy, protection from predators, adequate shelter, food. Choosing a resource makes it important, if it wasn't already. If you pick gasoline, it becomes something that your community wants and needs. So each of us picks one resource, and then after this we're going to pick abundances and scarce. Like, we're going to pick which of those resources are abundant and which is scarce. Plot twist, only one of them gets to be abundant.
Okay.
And your resources can be relatively abstract as well. It doesn't have to be very literal if you don't want it to be. Had resources like external trade or trust.
A scarcity of trust.
Dude, a scarcity of trust is a big problem in a community.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, I'm inclined to list evil obelisk rocks as a resource.
Ominous. Thank you very much.
Ominous rocks.
All right.
Like okay.
Obelisk material.
I like it.
Spooky obelisk material.
I'm gonna say farmland.
What we do with it, but we like it. What was that?
I said I'm gonna say farmland. I was quickly googling like what kind of things can grow in like swamp water and like swamps, and surprisingly a lot. So, like food.
Okay, 1 second. So, ominous rocks or ominous obelisk rocks. No, I cannot spell obelisk.
No one's gonna fight you on that. That's fine. You don't know how this world spells obelisk.
Obelisk.
I'm gonna get rid of the fucking mood board for now. It's throwing me out.
Swamps would be good too, because like you can grow a lot of herbs.
I'll put this over here right now. So you said farmland?
Yeah, the ability to acquire like, produce.
Frogs.
What?
Frogs.
Frogs? Okay.
Yeah.
Frogs.
But they're big frogs.
Giant frogs?
Yeah, they may or may. Well, the bigger ones could probably eat us.
Okay, this was going to be my follow-up question. Is it a frog the size of a football or the frog the size of a car? And I'm guessing.
Are we the size of people, or are we smaller?
Oh, maybe are we small? Are we just small people? Is that why?
I think we're kind of small, like not super small, but like 5
foot is tall for their species, or like 6 foot is tall.
I want to say like 5 foot is super tall. The average I want to say is between 3 to 4 feet.
But basically, if there was a frog the size of a cow, it could probably eat one of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would definitely.
But cow-sized frogs are rare. The largest we usually see are like dog-sized frogs, which are still pretty scary.
What is important to our community? I can write something weird. Weather forecasting.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure you want to. Yeah. If the swamp flooding is a big deal, then you want to know what the weather's going to be, so you know when the swamp is going to flood.
It's like instead of weather forecasting, you pick floods, and that's the only thing we have abundance of.
Abundance of regret. Just so much regret. All right, so back to the rules. As a group, we now choose one of those resources to be in abundance. The other resources get listed as scarcities, and the player. Oh, hang on, sorry. It gets this. We choose one of the resources to be in abundance, and whoever called it now draws an abundance of this resource on the map. So what do we have an abundance of? Ominous obelisk rocks, farmland, big frogs, or weather forecasting? I kind of want the big frogs to be the abundance.
I have no objections to that terrible idea.
So here's my line of thinking: that
we have to hunt.
I think the ominous obelisk rocks being a scarcity is really interesting because it implies that maybe there were more obelisks before and we've been farming them for the rocks and now we're running out.
Or potentially
I was
one
thinking
left.
the obelisk's really hard to farm.
Yeah.
So you only get like a couple small rocks typically.
But yeah, also that the idea these rocks are really spooky and we want them really badly, but we're really bad at acquiring these spooky rocks.
We're fish people. We're not moles.
The rocks are only produced under like spooky circumstances, like full moon or like
Yeah.
the death of a child.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
When something really bad happens, you get an increase of this resource.
Okay.
I'm so excited for my first project to be building a sacrifice altar.
So, are we all agreed that big frogs are in abundance, or does anyone
Yes.
want out?
Yeah,
any?
we're gonna live with a bunch of big frogs. Yes.
Okay.
We have quite a few big frogs.
So, Eve, you need to draw big
Okay, good.
frogs as an abundance on the map.
How do I add?
It's
Is that it? Oh, okay, there
yeah.
we go.
Then
What? No, don't move that. What are you doing? Oh, I made a copy of it. Can I just clear this?
so then ominous
Delete
obelisk
that.
rocks, farmland, and weather
There we go.
forecasting. Oh my god, how do I fucking draw weather forecasting as scarcity?
Just draw like a bad TV signal. Like maybe the canopy's really thick, so we can't tell when it's gonna rain.
I was thinking of like some broken weathercasting instruments or something, like a broken weather
Somebody
vane.
just uses a tuning fork, and so like we have a village elder that's just like senile. That's just like screams weather what he thinks it's gonna be.
So I'm just gonna add like a big pole to one of these buildings that's like shorn off, and then on the ground is gonna be a weather vane. I think that's
okay.
That kind of represents what's going on. What's up? Oh my god, why can I not draw? Is it because I don't have a layer selected? I bet it's because I don't have a layer selected. Oh, I might just do this in on my computer. Oh, shoot! I need to do boop.
Out of my frog.
Oh no, the Discord stream's like just really zoomed in on your
Oh, no.
frogs. Alright. Well, I tried. An attempt was made. Let's go back to this. Alright. I need to draw a snapped weather vane, and then Daryl, you need to draw a scarcity of ominous obelisk rocks. I don't know what that looks like, my dude.
I mean, it's probably gonna look like circles. All right, let's see. Everything's gonna look like circles.
I'm not seeing anybody else drawing. Oh, there's the
Yeah,
there's the
I don't
rocks.
see whatever Duncan is drawing. I can't see it.
Yeah, me either.
That's because I couldn't draw on my tablet.
Okay.
I have now given up on it and moved to drawing with my mouse. I'm trying to think of what some like other weather instruments are, but I can just only think of wind things right now. Oh wait, no, I should draw a crashed weather balloon.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we are next to a swamp. You can draw a barometer.
Ah, what happened to the swamp?
Oh, I'm just redrawing it because I fucking left it purple, and I don't think it should be poisonous.
Dude, we're next to the swamp that is bright pink.
There you go. Okay, so I gotta draw a little baby farm.
Nothing better than having a scarcity of farmland.
So what I'm thinking is, we can't consistently grow because it'll like overflood. So they have like a little floating barge.
I also think that the frogs are part of the reason we can't make very many farms.
Oh right.
Yeah.
So we have no farmland because our farm is like on a barge, so we're limited by.
Yeah. So like, you know, if it gets knocked down, like we lose all of our seeds and stuff.
What color should I make this weather balloon? Like
Green.
Green. Okay.
So they mostly do it for herbs, and then they just like hunt the smaller frogs and like, garnish it.
They hunt tadpoles and frogs.
Yeah, I was thinking actually because like tadpoles like float near leaves and stuff, so like they'd have
and
to
they're
like sneak and try
small,
to.
but like still big because they're big frogs.
Yeah, so it's like omelets for dinner, but frog eggs. So it's like disgusting.
The swamp is just like a huge pool of bubble tea, and you're sucking out the little tadpole boba all the time.
I don't like this commentary.
Everyone disliked that.
Yeah, everyone take a contempt.
Yeah, I
Let's
wish
see
I'd
what we can
described
do.
how contempt worked so I could take a contempt at this point. Okay, I'm gonna
There we go.
use black
They got their little floating barge.
and draw some cracks and tears in this.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That's a recipe for disaster there.
Corvo,
That's bad.
get away from her. Hey, 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 hey. I'm gonna touch your tummy. Let me touch your tummy. Yeah, see? Yeah, meerkatting is okay. Stay away from her.
He was nibbling on the little android thingy.
Are you biting on my pod?
You know he was.
As long as he doesn't touch 2B, it's okay. Are you in my box?
Yeah, he's been going in and out of there like the past hour or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we can't do it
You read some more
because
of
they're
this.
painting and recycling the garbage room today.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you planning on doing? Like, what's the plan?
Oh, I was gonna fill up recycling into this large
Yeah,
box.
but like, what do you do with the large box itself?
Oh, I would collapse it and put it in the
Oh yeah, okay.
recycling.
Yeah, because I mean, all the like bins and stuff are like just out.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't want to do that.
Okay, cool.
Daryl? Are you done drawing your circles?
Yeah, I drew
Yeah.
a bunch of circles.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Can you read the section in the book that is entitled The
Oh,
Week? Under Chapter 3, The Rules. It's page 5.
The basic unit of play in the quiet year is the week. Each week is a turn taken by one player, with play proceeding clockwise around the table. Weeks should take an average of 2 to 3 minutes to complete. During each week, the following things happen. The active player draws a card, reads the relevant text aloud, and resolves it. They follow all bold text. Project dice are reduced by 1, and any finished projects are updated. The active player chooses to take an action, discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
S, are you still drawing? Are you good?
No, I'm done.
Okay, can you read the section on drawing cards, please?
Yeah. As there are 52 cards, there are 52 weeks. We won't necessarily get to play all of them. The Frost Shepherds could arrive anytime during winter. Most cards have 2 options to choose from, separated by the or divider. Pick the option that you find the most interesting and fitting and read the text aloud. The card might ask you a question, bring bad news, or create new opportunities. Many cards have specific rules attached to them, which are written in bold text. If you drew the card, it is up to you to make the decisions that the card requires. If a card asks you a question, think about whether your answer could be represented on the map somehow. If it fits, update the map to reflect this new information. For example, if the card asks you about sleeping quarters for the community, you might end up drawing a row of tents near the edge of the forest.
Alright. Working on projects. Unless your card specifically told you otherwise, in bold text, the next step is to accidentally hit the scroll wheel on your mouse so it scrolls off this right section. The next step is to reduce each project die on the map by 1. If a project reaches 0, the die gets removed and the project is completed. Whoever started the project gets to tell everyone how it turns out and update the map to reflect its completion. If a project finishes early, because a card says a project finishes early in bold text, it is instead the responsibility of the active player to tell everyone how it turns out and to update the map. If your card's bold text had you place a project die on the map just a moment ago, that die doesn't reduce during the week. It is just now getting underway. When a project gets completed, it is assumed that it went successfully and is beneficial to the community. In some cases, it might make sense to have an investigative project end with a hope dispelled. Even in these cases, the completion of a project should always feel like a step forward, not backward. This doesn't always mean that the whole community is happy with the results, though. Daryl, can you read Discover Something New, please?
Discover something new. One of the action types in Discover Something New. Introduce a new situation. It might be a problem, an opportunity, or a bit of both. Draw that situation onto the map. Drawing should be small and simple. Smaller than an inch, finished within 30 seconds. Whenever things seem too controlled or easy, we can use this action to introduce new ideas and dilemmas. When individual characters get introduced, we'll give them names and record those names on our index card. Some example situations. There's a dried up well located at the edge of town. Mangy wolves have been slinking around the woods. There's a broken down water wheel a mile upstream. Strange wailing noises come from the forest at night. A self-declared prophet arrives.
Right.
Everything went really quiet.
Yeah, I was trying. I'd lost my order in the reading order. I guess I'm just going to read this one. Hold a discussion. Another of the action types is hold a discussion. You can choose to open with a question or a declaration. Starting with you and going clockwise, everyone gets to weigh in once, sharing a single argument comprised of 1 to 2 sentences. If you opened with a question, you get to weigh in last. If you open with a declaration, that's it for you. A discussion never results in a decision or summation process. Everyone weighs in and then it's over. This is how conversations work in communities. They are untidy and inconclusive affairs. Each discussion should be tied to a situation on the map. When a discussion ends, mark the situation it is attached to with a small dot. Some example conversations include: should we retaliate against the bikers? Or, if leading with a declaration, we should abstain from retaliation or violence. Could we use the school bus as a sleeping area for the village children? It's important we stay concise. If any of us feel like we have more to say on a topic, we can always hold another discussion about it at a later point. Esty, can you read Start a Project?
The final action type is Start a Project. You choose a situation and declare what the community will do to resolve it. There is no consultation about this idea. The community simply begins work. Some example projects: we're converting the mineshaft into a cold food storage. We're killing those wolves. We're going to sacrifice a newborn on the night of the full moon to appease the windwalkers. As the group quickly decides how many weeks the project should reasonably take to complete, minimum 1 and maximum of 6, remember that you are a small community. It isn't easy or quick to build a house or repair a water wheel. Do you have the necessary tools and expertise to do this? Be generous with your assumptions, but do remember that scarcity and difficulty are the norm. If a project would reasonably take longer than 6 weeks to complete, it will need to be completed in stages. Place a die on the map whenever the project is taken place, with the die face matching the number of weeks it will take to complete.
So instead of putting die on the map, we'll add projects to the projects list in playing cards IO, because there's no dice in Aggie.
Okay.
Daryl, updating resources.
Updating resources. At the start of the game, we'll have 1 resource in abundance and at least that many in scarcity. These lists serve as guides for interpreting the health of the community. Throughout play, we'll update these lists to reflect changes in our circumstances, whenever we feel that it is appropriate to do so. Maybe the completion of a project alleviates a scarcity or creates an abundance. Some weekly cards will alter these lists as well.
So everyone good with the rules so far? Everyone following along?
Probably, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I mean, it doesn't matter that much. We currently have 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to get a round in.
Yeah.
Okay, balancing actions. Discover something new lets us introduce new situations and dilemmas into the game. Hold a discussion lets us talk about the state of the map and the community. Start a project lets us solve our problems and grow. By respecting this division of purpose, we make sure each week involves making important decisions. It's important we respect the purpose and balance of these 3 types of actions. We shouldn't use discover something new to skirt our problems by conveniently encountering the very supplies we lacked. We shouldn't hold a discussion about situations we haven't mentioned or introduced yet. And then I want to talk about contempt because it's my favorite mechanic. Contempt. If you ever feel like you weren't consulted or honored in a decision-making process, you can take a piece of contempt and place it in front of you. This is your outlet for expressing disagreement or tension. If someone starts a project that you don't agree with, you don't get to voice your objection or speak out of turn. You're instead invited to take a piece of contempt. Contempt will generally remain in front of players until the end of the game. It will act as a reminder of past contentions. Its primary role is as a social signifier. In addition, you can discard it back into the center of the table in two ways, by acting selfishly and by diffusing tensions. If you ever want to act selfishly to the known detriment of the community, you can discard a contempt token to justify your behavior. You decide whether your behavior requires justification. This will often trigger others taking contempt tokens in response. If someone else does something that you greatly support that would mend relationships and rebuild trust, you can discard a contempt token to demonstrate how they have diffused past tensions. SD, can you read the section on restraint, please?
In playing the quiet ear, we must refrain from freewheeling discussion about what to do next. There are specific mechanics in the game for discussing community issues and demonstrating our displeasure. When we play, we won't speak out of turn or attempt to circumnavigate these mechanics. These rules work to demonstrate how difficult it is to engage the entire community in conversation, and how tensions and disagreements tend to linger across weeks or even months. We'll also be careful to avoid character narratives. In the quiet ear, characters will likely emerge who we identify with. They'll have names, they'll be tied into interesting situations on the map. The game will falter, however, if we try to use these mechanics to tell a story about any one of these individuals. As much as possible, we should keep the focus of the game on the community's wants and needs, and the ways that decisions get made about them. We should use named characters to support the larger bird's eye view, and not the other way around.
Alright. Pacing. At the beginning of the game, we'll only have a basic sketch of the landscape. From a humble place, a rich tapestry will emerge. How and at what place? I'm going to skip this section about what's in the different decks. It's not important. If the map feels lacking, or the community seems to have domesticated the world around it, we can introduce new dilemmas. What happens when a child murders his mother? What happens when someone screws up and it costs us a food supply? You are ready to start now. Play to find out what happens. So I guess, should we just go in the order that we're in Discord? What order are we in Discord?
I think we're all technically in a different order.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't... I'm gonna grab player 1. Hang on. I'm gonna grab the player 1 seat.
Okay.
You click the little dots next to a seat and say you want to sit here, and then where it says player whatever, click and write your name in there. And we'll go in that order.
Oh, God. What?
Somebody managed to delete their seat, which I'm guessing was Daryl.
Yeah, super. I don't even, man, how did I do that? All right, well, you guys have a good time.
What? How did you... Okay, I'm gonna...
Just hit the link again.
Okay, I'll hit the link again. Okay, see what this does. Okay. Oh, Duncan's gone.
No, I'm just refreshing.
Okay.
You managed to get rid of the whole widget, though. How'd you do that?
How the fuck did I do that? I clicked like twice and it just like died.
I'm just gonna... There we go. There's a new player seat widget for you. Wait.
I don't see anything.
Only you.
Well, you're not going to get a turn anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Cool.
We've got 10 minutes. So I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to draw the first card in Spring. The Ace of Spring. What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common? think I definitely want to do who has high. Oh no! Actually, this is really simple. The high status people are the people who have the really cursed obelisk rocks. There's a like
Trickle down economics, guys.
not
One day I'll have my own creepy obelisk.
Not everyone in the community has an obelisk rock, so obviously the obelisk rock havers are more important than the obelisk rock have-nots. But also within the obelisk rock's havers, there's a hierarchy of like who has the most cursed piece of the obelisk.
This is already a recipe for disaster.
Whose is the biggest?
Yeah, so it's definitely a status thing to be, marked by tragedy and disaster. So draw a card.
They just don't understand. The rich people keep going through tragedies. They just don't get it. Like they're like, at least I still have my rock.
I do not need to reduce project dice because there are no projects. I need to take an action. I can discover something new. I can hold a discussion, or I can start a project. Guys, I want to ride frogs.
So you want to domesticate frogs?
Yeah.
You say you just wanted to ride.
I want to ride them. I guess that starts with domesticate. No, I'm gonna. We're going probably disaster laden here, so I'm gonna make my project capture some frogs because that definitely can end well, right?
I like it.
I think it's gonna take 4 weeks to do this.
Yeah, we're little babby mer people.
Alright.
Could stealing their eggs also count as capturing?
That'd actually probably be like.
but Nifty's character clearly wants to catch like frogs.
Oh, that's fair.
Frog husbandry. I mean, like, frogs aren't generally like overly hostile creatures most of the time.
Yeah, but if we're big enough
for them,
giant
frogs, we're their food sometimes.
Yeah, so as long as they're not like hungry, like you can, might not be the world.
My turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
So, do I tick the dice down first, or do I pull? I pull the card.
You pull the
right?
card first.
Okay. What is important and basic tool? Oh, what important and basic tool does the community lack? Or, where are you storing your food? Why is it a risky? Well, we already know that answer. What basic tool do we lack?
Oh yeah, I need to. I guess. Do I need to draw something for about a high status thing? Yes, I do.
Oh,
I'm gonna draw.
Pickaxes for harvesting obelisks. That is what we lack.
Okay.
And now I tick the die, right?
Yeah. The
and then I can do one of the 3 things, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna start my own project of building more farm platoons.
Pontoon?
Yeah, pontoon, whatever. How do I add a die?
Oh, so you click on the little briefcase thing in the top left where it says edit table.
I see. Yes.
And a little thing comes up at the bottom, and you'll need to scroll down to interactive counter and drag another counter on. Click the counter and then drag it over. And then you'll want to right click it and edit it.
Did I make all this look weird? Or is it just because
it's just when you're in that mode.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you click it again, you should be able to edit it to put a title
I
want
to say it'll take like 5 weeks because we're little fish people.
Yeah. I second that assertion.
That's my turn. I think that's all I do, right?
Yeah, do you need to update the map from your card? I guess not, right?
No, and yeah, no, I do not.
Okay. We should try and update the map as often as possible, because it will give us our most interesting final map.
It's SD's turn.
Yeah, SD, it's you.
Right, so I'll do the card first. Where's my mouse there? Ah! I'm like...
Whatever omen you want it to be.
Well, I was like, what if lightning hit the obelisk?
You should read. Did you read the card out loud and it just didn't go across Discord, or did you not read it out loud?
No, she did not read
Please
it out
read the
loud.
cards out loud when you draw them. Thank you.
Oh, apologies. You see a good omen, what is it? Or you see a bad omen, what is it?
Both of these are good, even though one of them's bad.
Yeah, like, I'm like...
Bad omens are good for us, yeah.
Bad omens just mean you have status in the community. Like...
Bad omens enforce social hierarchy.
Okay, so I think I want to do a bad omen, and it's that they've heard like big cats like nearby, so like a jungle cat, and they're fish people.
I think that's so. I feel like that is. I guess it's an omen because it's just like a thing that people have heard. Can you make it more omen-like? That it's like, oh, we found a big paw print of a giant cat or something.
Yeah, there was like some tracks like just like around the outside, like sniffing around.
Okay.
There we go. And they fucked off towards the mushroom forest to get high or whatever.
We live next to a bunch of cats that are very high. Okay.
Or they're dead. We don't know. Okay. And then... I'm like, what would be something good to discover?
Whatever that you want.
Yeah, but that's like not to quote Daryl, but that's a lot of responsibility. Can it be something that could like potentially help a project? Is that allowed?
Yeah. I think it would potentially help a project. Then yes.
Okay. I was gonna say because like it's a swamp, so they'd have like those droopy trees, so like they kind of realize that they can grab vines from it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I assume they're stupid little fish people, and they're like, "Oh shit, this could be a rope," but they actually use it for their.
Yeah, that's getting dangerously close to your declaring a new abundance.
That's a good point. Okay, no. They find a empty cart.
Okay.
Nearby, that looks like it had been like hit, so there's like a broken wheel. So they can use it for something.
Okay.
There we go. It can potentially help.
Did you tick Project Die before you did your action?
I don't believe she did.
No, you should have ticked Project Die down first. Also, Jade, you didn't.
Oh!
You didn't title your project.
Oh, oops.
Okay, so I'll pop those down.
Yeah. It's 10:30, but I really want Daryl to take their turn.
Oh,
so we'll all have taken one card.
Okay. Do I need to have like a player seat, or can I just like touch this card?
No, just flip a card. It's fine.
Oh, whoa!
Dude,
Just double click
just
it.
click
Oh,
it.
yeah, okay.
Jesus Christ.
What's the most beautiful thing in this area? Or what's the most hideous thing in this area? Yeah, okay. So that's that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go with what's the most beautiful. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with what's the most beautiful thing in this area. And I'm gonna say that there's like the largest frog we've ever seen, and it's got these very like handsome, fishy aquiline features. It's like an exceedingly handsome frog.
Are you saying that the mer people want to fuck this frog?
Whoa, no, I didn't. No. More like I don't know. More be close to like revering it as a like a god of beauty, like a particularly gorgeous
like it.
frog.
Okay,
A
Daryl.
deity?
You know what this means, though, right?
I have to draw a pretty frog.
On the map, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Also, Daryl might have made a new religion.
We had a religion when we played as well. It was a whale religion.
It was a
How
whale religion with strong bear science contention.
Yeah.
Are whales bears? Probably not.
They are stupid little fish people.
We never said they were dumb. Well, you're the only one who said they're dumb.
They
Just
would have
because you're a
built
fish
tools.
person doesn't mean you're an idiot.
No, it's true. They did build houses.
I know that frog's a god.
Do they have a name for this frog? For this incredibly handsome frog?
I don't think we can discuss that. I'm pretty sure that would be a discussion that we would have.
Yeah, no, you're legit. You're right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Daryl, you also need to pick an action.
Yeah. Give me like 20 minutes.
You need to give Daryl a second to draw.
Yeah, we got like some bishy sparkles going on here.
I love your frog.
Okay. Right. Actions.
I love it. It's great.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to figure out how the system works.
I like that the hierarchy has a nice chair. It's good.
It's you slot your depression stone, your spooky obelisk stone in it.
Oh, so they start building like furniture around to showcase their pieces.
Yes. Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
For these are kinds of things that we might have discussions about.
Okay. I'm gonna want to try to start a project, but how do I do that?
You
say what you want to do.
Yeah. What do you want the community to do?
Yeah. So I think we should start a
I'm gonna pop down the projects for Daryl.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, is that? Oh no, the capturing frogs things is that done now?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll finish on my turn.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a mushroom tree replanting scheme. So probably start a project of digging up a whole bunch of big old mushroom roots.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will add the thing for you. I know how great you are with technology.
I feel like that first step's like a 3-week job. Get a requisite number of.
Oh, it's gonna be multi-step project.
Big mushroom roots, yeah.
So is the first step just gather mushroom roots?
Big bunch of mushroom roots, yeah. And you're gonna need to move them somewhere else. Plant them.
Where are they gonna go?
I'm thinking about a wall along the swamp to deter the overall amount of
frogs. Oh my
god!
Are you gonna create a Trump fishman?
No.
What's the name of your project, Eve?
My project?
Yes.
Farm pontoon.
Okay. We're making another one, or making the existing one bigger?
A second one. Making a second one.
Sorry, I got to write this down because I'm going to come back to this next week and try and remember what the fuck was going on here. Alright, well, we didn't get as far into the quiet year as I would have liked.
Yeah, no surprises.
Because it started a little later than was planned. As good. It's all valuable discussion. Oh, we do have a lot of space in the bottom half of this map. Sorry, I've been like focused over in the top corner where our community is, and was like, wow, our map's getting really full, but it's not. Like the bottom half of it's mostly empty. if you came to hang out with us. Come back next week for the thrilling conclusion. Thanks for hanging out. Eve, you're better at this than I am.
Smash the like button, subscribe, follow us on
bell.
our various thingies: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch,
Twinstagram.
YouTube.
Send us all DMs.
Send us what?
Find out if one day Daryl actually tweets somebody like he threatens.
Probably never gonna happen.
Oh, I should just make a whole micro RPG about Daryl not tweeting people.
That I would like to see.
Anyway, thanks, night, goodbye.